Hey guys, Ed over here at FICMRepair. So I shot a response to this already once, but I decided to whack that response and try again because I could have done better. So here we are. So thanks for hanging in. So the question is, what about reworking injectors and what's that cost? Would it be better to just buy new injectors? So you can absolutely get new injectors, and newer is always better. So if you've got the cash and you're not eating ramen noodles, and you're looking to keep the truck for more than a day or two, recognize that newer is always better. Of course it is. And if you go you pick up a premium injectors, through FICMRepair.com, from holders. What you'll see is that, and you read the fine print, what you'll see is that they start with Ford units and then modify them. And so you get a 3-year warranty, and life is just good for you. So, 3-year, and it's like, okay, a lot can happen in 3 years, and yet they're standing behind it that entire time. If you get yours rebuilt, like for example, the number one type of customer that I'm like, think about getting yours rebuilt is if you were led down a bad rabbit hole of saying, hey, your injectors are only, a bad rabbit hole of saying, well, you need injectors, here's some stockers to put in there. And so now here you are, 3 weeks after install on your brand new motorcrafts, and you're like, man, what do you mean I should have gotten 20530s? Crap. Then yeah, hook yourself up with the rebuilds up here from FICMRepair, and you can go ahead and you can send yours in and have them modified to be those 20530s that you should have gotten to begin with. So that's the side commercial. Now the other scenario would be that, hey, look, you've got, a couple 100,000 miles on your injectors, and you're like, man, I need new injectors. What do I want to do? Do I want to send them off to be rebuilt? Sure. Just recognize that if you send them off to be rebuilt, then they're just taking a look at your stuff. They're cleaning them up, ultrasonic cleaner or whatever. They're inspecting everything and putting it back together, replacing parts as they need to. So they take it apart and the intensifier spring is cracked, for example. You're going to get a new intensifier spring, or the spool valve is all kind of whacked. You're going to get new spool valves. But generally speaking, they're just like, hey, here's a cleaned up version of what you got, new O-rings, off to the races you go. We carry a $117 in current pricing, I guess it's February now, 2025, for a full O-ring kit. And so could you do it yourself too? So yes, of course you can. You can go grab the ultrasonic cleaner from Harbor Freight that we've talked about, 50% simple green, 50% water, put it in there after you take care of your girl's jewelry. Just saying, we're almost together. Right? And so go ahead and clean them up and put them back in. Do your own inspections. And if your spool valves are shot, if your intensifier springs are shot, if you want to migrate to 30 over nozzles, whatever, those individual components are available on FICMRepair.com, and you can do it yourself. Another commenter on that is like, you have to have some mechanical knowledge. Absolutely. This is not a time to be trying something new. If you put your injectors together backwards, which is so easy to do, you can hydrolock your motor, and that's a bad day. I'm just here to say. So what are your options? You can, if money's not a tight thing for you, and you want the best of reliability, and you're not 17 years old anymore, and you're like, hey, I need my crap to work, then, say, hey, yeah, let me buy the premiums and move on. If money is a little snug, or you're looking to sell the truck or whatever, but you're like mechanically aptitude, I'll trust the professionals. Besides, I want the flow bench result to know that it's good before I put it all back together again. Then maybe these, the rebuild holders make a whole lot of sense. Or if you're just adventurous, or you're mechanically aware, or you've got, barely 2 nickels to rub in your pockets together and you want to do it yourself, certainly you can ultrasonic clean them and go ahead and just pick up that little rebuild kit that we've got and not the Ford part number, by the way. It's AAP is the beginning of that part number, and just find it on our site and just look. Just search an O-rings, you'll find it, and then you can go ahead and reuse what you've got and put it all back together again. All right. So I hope this helps. There's a lot of moving parts here. We're never about shoving a particular solution down somebody's throat. Every situation is different. If you're using this for in-town driving and it's a work truck and it's just you driving it, that's a very different scenario to me than if you're putting your wife in this truck and she's driving across state lines by herself in the middle of the night. You need the stupid thing to work, right? You don't want her to have a problem. And if you do, what's wrong with you? I mean, like, there's treatment programs, but any rate, I hope this helps you figure out the options. So your price points are $117 for all 8, or you can get a whole new your existing ones rebuilt for about $1,000. You can get the premiums for about $1,800, or you can get the 20530s premiums, which is by far my favorite injector, for $2,640. And yes, there's core charges and all that on top of this. You can choose to send your cores in early if you can. You can choose to send your cores in early if you want to avoid that core charge, is what I was trying to say there. But just recognize, obviously, if you rebuild them yourself, there's no warranty. If you send them in to get rebuilt, it's about a 6-month warranty. Not about 6 months, it's 6 months. Or if you choose the premiums, it's a 3-year warranty. So there's a whole lot of no right answers here. Obviously, there's huge discrepancies in price, but that's the entirety of the story. And then it's just as far as the injectors go, and then the other pieces of the puzzle are, hey, what else do you want to do while you're doing the injectors? Do you want to do dummy plugs and standpipes if it's a later build? Do you want to do just the standpipes if it's an early build? Do you want to do the HHC nipple cups with their corresponding O-rings? Do you and obviously, change out the valve cover gaskets? Yes, they're reusable, but do you want a leak? Probably not. And absolutely take your M6 by 1.0 tap and chase those threads to make sure you're not having to, do thread inserts in the event of stripped rocker boxes. So a tremendous number of options. What a great question. Thank you so much. Keep the comments coming, guys. This is how we help each other. All right? FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thank you.